Good morning. Manchester City missed the chance to win the league title.
For a look at the day's sport. Oh, reflecting on yesterday. So close again.
Exactly. Well, Manchester City had the chance to clinch the Premier League title had they beaten Chelsea. And this man, as you can see, head in hands, couldn't believe it. Sergio Aguero missed the penalty which could have done it. So Sergio Aguero has apologised to his teammates and fans for his penalty miss yesterday as Manchester City blew their latest chance to win the Premier League title, losing 2-1 at home to Chelsea. Stuart Pollett reports. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp says it'll be difficult but not impossible to secure a top four spot after a 2-0 win at home to Southampton. Hibernian are through to the Scottish Cup final after beating Dundee United. Christian Doig. Now, Britain's Billy Joe Saunders has been beaten by Canelo Alvarez in the last few hours, with the Mexican's victory unifying the super middleweight division. The fight was held to Formula One now, and Lewis Hamilton will be on pole position for the 100th time for today's Spanish Grand Prix. He is top of the drivers' standings as well, with Max Verstappen just behind him on 8 points behind. That's your sport.
Impressive stuff. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Good morning. Too cool for school. Sergio Aguero's casually taken
Sport this morning. Morning to you. And just occasionally, a picture does all of the talking.
Yeah. Well, you might not think it by looking at him, but this man is such a legend at Manchester City that they're planning on erecting a statue of him outside the stadium.
What, looking like that?
Not in that position.
Maybe not in that stance. No, I doubt it. However, Sergio Aguero had the chance to score from the spot, which could have helped City win the Premier League title. Boxing, and Britain's Billy Joe Saunders has suffered the first defeat of his career after being beaten by Canelo Alvarez, with the Mexican's victory unifying the super middleweight division. Formula One now, and Lewis Hamilton says it feels like a dream to have become the first Formula One driver to have reached the milestone of 100 pole positions after qualifying on top spot for today's Spanish Grand Prix. The race begins at 2 o'clock, and that's your sport.
Thank you, Jane. Let's find out what the...
Morning. From hero to zero, Manchester City's Sergio Aguero had...
Talk to Jane now, who's done the sport. We keep coming back to that picture. Aguero, what a moment. He had it all in his hand.
I know, and he just casually took the penalty, which could have given Manchester City the title. They still got the chance to win it, but unfortunately he missed because he took it so casually. He has apologised to his teammates and fans for that penalty miss yesterday as Manchester City blew their latest chance to win the Premier League title, losing 2-1 at home to Chelsea, as Stuart Pollett reports. Manager Jurgen Klopp says it will be difficult, but not impossible, to secure a top four spot following a 2-0 win at home to Southampton. Britain's Billy Joe Saunders has been left with a suspected broken eye socket after his super middleweight unification fight against Mexican Canelo Alvarez was stopped. The fight... Lewis Hamilton says it feels like a dream to have become the first Formula One driver to have reached the milestone of 100 pole positions after qualifying on top spot for today's Spanish Grand Prix. Now, do you ever get that sinking feeling that there's somewhere you're supposed to be? Well, US Open champion Bryson DeChambeau was so sure that he'd missed the cut at the PGA Tour event in North Carolina that he flew home after his round on Friday, only to be told mid-flight that he had in fact qualified to play over the weekend. So that meant a 1,000-mile return flight from Dallas all the way back to Charlotte. Would have said think of the air miles for Bryson DeChambeau, but it was probably a private jet that he was flying in.
Still counts though, doesn't it?
Not great,
footprint. What a moment though when the penny drops.
Yeah.
Got to go all
at
the
least
way
it was
back.
on the upside. I mean, at least it was, because he'd done better than he realised.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that. It was just that the other people hadn't done as well.
Oh, right. Relatively.
Well,
He did relatively better.
That's the kind of victory I'd always take. Thank you, Jane.
Thanks, Jane.